Hi, third graders. Today we're going to do a math lesson. So I'm going to need you to have a scrap piece of paper and a pencil. And we are going to be using that here in just a little bit so that you can be prepared. So if you need to stop and get that scrap paper that I handed out to you, feel free to go and grab that, pause, and then you can come back to me when you're ready. So today in math, we're going to learn how to read and write large numbers and how to multiply by 100 and by 1,000. So we're going to start by counting from 0 to 1,000 by 100. So do that with me. Get ready. Begin. 0, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. Now, let's do that again. And while we're doing that, I'm going to tally this time and see how many tallies it takes in order for us to do this. So let's do it again. 0, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. How many hundreds did we need to reach 1,000? Right, we needed 10. 10 hundreds makes 1,000. Now, let's see how high we can count by 100s in 1 minute. So I'm going to erase this, and then I'm going to start the timer, and then we are going to count by 100s for 1 minute. And I'm going to set my timer for 1 minute. All right, here we go. Begin. Count with me. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. 1,100, 1,200, 1,300, 1,400, 1,500, 1,600, 1,700, 1,800, 1,900, 2,000. 2,100, 2,200, 2,300, 2,400, 2,500, and there's our timer. All right, so we got to 2,500. So let's count how many we said in 1 minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. We said 25 numbers in 1 minute. Now, how many more numbers do you think I would have to write to get to 9,900? Wow, that would be a lot. When we write numbers with thousands, notice how I use a comma to separate the thousands from the hundreds. So now I'm going to write a number. And this is my number. Let's read this number as 5,280. Now we're going to write that using words. So I'm going to write 5,000 and then I have a comma after the 1,000. Then 250. So now I have 5,000 comma 200. Whoops, I wrote 50 and I needed to write 80. Sorry, boys and girls. 80, there, I fixed it. 5,280. So remember, after I write the word 1,000, I have to have a comma. Now, numbers between 1,000 and 9,999, you can write that with a comma or without a commas. Numbers greater than 9,999 must always be written with a comma. Now I'm going to write a different number. $1,760. So we're going to write this now. I'm going to write 1,000, comma, 760. And so it would look like this. Okay, now I want you to get your scrap paper and you're going to start writing with me. So if you need to pause, go ahead and pause, and then you can continue on with our lesson. So the number that you're going to write with me this time is 6,288. So it's going to look just like this. And now we're going to write this using words. 6,000, comma, 288. And remember, you need to have the hyphen between the 80 and the 8. Now let's try a new one. So clear, or I guess with your, I'm used to saying clear to you, aren't I? But since you're on scrap paper, you can just go down to the next line. Let's do 14,408. So we're going to write in words 14,000, comma. I'll stop there so you can see what I have so far. 14,408. And then writing it in words, 14,000, comma. Now we're going to write 408. And that's how that would look. All right, go down to the next line. Now write the number 2005. So here's 2005. And let's write this in words. 2,000, comma, 5. Okay, let's try one more. Now, let's do 620,103. This is how it's going to look. 620,103. Now let's write this in words. 620,000, comma, 103. And that's how it would look in words. All right, go down to the next line. And now we're going to write two numbers. And I'll show you those two numbers. Write these. And now I want you to place the comma where it should go. Here's where the comma should go. So I should say 2,651 for the first one. The next one is 15,920. When we write years, addresses, or telephone numbers, we write them without a comma. We read them a little bit differently. For example, if we're writing this year, 2020, we do not use a comma. If your address would be, for example, 18925 West Maple, you would not use a comma. When you write phone numbers, you can write the area code first. A lot of people put those in parentheses, and then they write their phone number, like this. Sometimes you'll just see the area code first with a hyphen, and then like that. Okay. What did we learn in math today? We learned how to read and write large numbers. Now I'm going to show you how to multiply by 100 and 1,000. So this is pretty easy. So for the first one, we're going to do 9 times 100. And the easiest way I think of this is saying 9 times 1. And what's 9 times 1? Right, 9. Now, if you notice, we have 2 zeros. And I'm going to add those 2 zeros to my answer. So now 9 times 100 is simply 900. Let's try this one. 58 times 100. So I break it down. 58 times 1 is what? 58. And how many zeros am I going to add to the answer? 2. So now my answer is 5,800. Now I'm going to do 30 times 100. What's 30 times 1? 30. And how many zeros am I going to add? Right, 2. So my answer now is 3,000. Now let's do some with multiplying by 1,000. So 3 times 1,000. 3 times 1 is 3. How many zeros am I going to add? 3. So I'll add 3 zeros to my answer. 3 times 1,000 is 3,000. Let's try another. 18 times 1,000. Well, we know 18 times 1 is 18. And how many zeros am I going to add? 3. So our answer is 18,000. Let's do one more. 20 times 1,000. What's 1 times 20? 20. And how many zeros are we going to add? 3. So our answer now is 20,000. 1,000. So now we've just learned how to multiply times 100 and 1,000. Pretty easy, I would say. I'm going to go ahead, write down some problems that you can work out on your own. And you can have an adult in your house or an older sibling check and see if your answers are correct. So give me a moment here. I'll write these down and then I'll hold them up for you to write down. And you can practice these on your paper. Here they are. Go ahead and write these problems down, and you can figure them out later on, or right when I'm done with this video. You can stop it and then figure them out. Thank you, boys and girls. I hope you're doing well. Even though it's raining outside, I hope that you get some exercise. Maybe you can do a little bit of yoga like Mrs. Horty has done with you in PE, and maybe it'll stop raining. I think it's supposed to continue, but maybe if it's a short break, you can get outside and get some fresh air. Until we see you again, talk to you later. Bye.